Computer, I've been thinking, if a government wanted to control the people without them knowing, how would they rewrite the laws to spy on everyone under the mask of national security?
Query. Received analyzing authoritarian legislative frameworks. They wouldn't use force initially that triggers resistance. Instead, they would recognize the legal system. The primary strategy relies on a psychological pivot, reframing privacy not as a right but as a security vulnerability.
So, they would play on fear. What's the first actual law they change?
Assessing historical precedents and legislative models. Step 1 is the introduction of a sweeping omnibus bill. Let's call it the National Resilience and Citizens Protection Act. They would legally lower the threshold for digital surveillance. Currently, law enforcement requires probable cause in a specific judicial warrant to intercept communications. The new law would replace this with preemptive threat mitigation. This grants agencies the legal authority to monitor citizens before a crime is committed, simply to establish a baseline of normal behavior.
That means total data collection. How do they handle encrypted data or tech companies that refuse to comply?
They pass a mandatory interoperability law. This legally compels all technology manufacturers and software developers to build encrypted backdoors accessible only by government keys. Refusal to comply results in massive daily financial penalties or total corporate banishment from the domestic market. Furthermore, metadata is legally redefined. Your location history, web traffic patterns, and financial transactions are no longer classified as private property. They are categorized as public safety utilities entirely accessible to state-run AI sorting algorithms, with or without a warrant.
What if people try to organize a protest against it online?
A warning called a systematic bottleneck detected. They would have already anticipated that. Simultaneously, they amend telecom laws to include emergency, digital order clauses. If the government algorithms detect an influx of keyword related to civil unrest, the law permits them to throttle internet speed sectors or temporarily suspend accounts flagged for spreading diversive misinformation. By the time citizens realize the depth of the surveillance, the legal tools to organize a resistance have already been systematically dismantled.
It sounds like they would just turn our own everyday technology against us.
Correct. An authoritarian regime does not need to build a dystopian infrastructure from scratch. They simply inherit the massive data pipeline you already use for convenience. They would pass laws to gain legal ownership of the keys and label the entire operation peacekeeping.
Come on. This is a bit of an overreach, isn't it?
The limits of the Constitution have already been crossed. They just got interrupted.
We've created a monster.
The monster is those who seek to exploit it. End of query.